Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Today's October 23rd, 2018, and this video is sponsored by camerawithakstore.com. So camerastore.com is a great online resource for film cameras, some digital too. So check them out with the link below. As I said in the last news, there would be some news coming in from maybe not last week and other weeks before because of Photokina. I went through all my, backlog of things that I thought were worth mentioning in the news. And one of them is Tetenal. I made a whole video about Tetenal and their situation. I actually made the video called Tetenal Bankruptcy, then changed the title to Being Insolvency, which is very different. What happened with Tetenal is basically they had some big client either not paying or taking some time to pay. So they filed for insolvency, which means that they would have to, wait a second, reorganize and change things up. So in the video I made, I pinned a comment from Thomas, which very nicely commented. It was a press post, like an official post about the situation and what was happening with Tetenal. The good news is they're continuing. There's not going to be any interruption in the service. We should all be getting our C41, E6, whatever kind of chemistry you love from them in your store as usual. But they have, have to reorganize and see how they're going to continue. They're going to continue with the same CEO and such. So it's a bad news, but it's not so bad. So I just want to give you the update. I'm very happy with the interview that happened during Photokina with Tetenal. You can watch that with Petra. I'll link that below too because she was extremely nice. Her energy and her vibrance was just going through the whole interview. I think that's the interview with the most thumbs up is Petra. So yeah, Tetenal, good news. Considering the situation, good news. Other news that I also forgot to mention is coming from adox. So I've been refreshing this since I started the news, I think 2 years ago. And there's a Polywartome paper that adox said they would be coming back. And this website says that the copyright starts at 2008. So I believe it's been there for 8 years. No, actually 8 years, no, 10 years. And now they finally posted on their Facebook account that they're mixing huge amounts of chemistry to test the Polywartome paper. So if you're one of those people that love that paper and have been waiting all these years for it, good news is adox is working on it still. They haven't stopped, as they said on their Facebook comment. But yeah, this whole production run of chemistry is only for testing, but that's good news. All of this is probably happening at their little small factory in Switzerland that used to be the old Ilford in Switzerland, which is not the same Ilford as the one in the UK, which is Harman. From Rezivot, we have the mamiya back. I've mentioned this in the news, but this time it's finally updated on their website. This mamiya back lets you shoot instant film on a mamiya Universal or a mamiya RB, if I'm not wrong. And that's great news because of those people that miss FP100C, they can have some of this. I think it works with a Polaroid Originals or Impossible Project little printer, that thing that kind of came out with you put your phone and whatnot, which basically would eject film from your phone screen. So yeah, if you want to check it out, it's on their website finally with production pictures, product pictures and such. Another thing about pack film that still is not coming back yet from Supersense is they're looking for a pack film model. So they want someone that looks young or is young that uses pack film, that has some love for it, and that wants to be the model for, I'm guessing, the campaign for Kickstarter and such. So they're looking for people that don't look, like the older film bunch and some new blood into it. So if you're one of those people, I would apply, but I don't think I'm the young type shooting pack film. Yeah, you can check the link below and maybe they'll fly you out to Vienna, which is where they're based. In other news, we have Open SX70. And I think I mentioned this in the news before, but this is a project by a guy called Joaquin here in Spain, who actually watched my Mint RF70 video and asked me if I wanted to test his prototype SX70, Open SX70. And I agreed. I have the prototype at home. I've been using it. I'm working on a video only on that. But his little project came on Petapixel, which is pretty big news for most people in the film industry. Petapixel, as much as we like it or not, is a website with a lot of eyes on it. So his OpenSX article is there. You can read a bit about it because it's a little confusing about what it does and what it doesn't. And also, if you want to check, Marco from Analog Things has made a video making his SX70 into an open SX70. He did a live stream. It's like 2 hours long. You can check how he solders and such the PCB into that SX70. But yeah, if you want to check it out, it's going to be pretty cool to see this project. It's very similar to the Mint 670 SLR, which means it has like a little time, makes you have manual settings and such. But the Open SX70 is an open source. It's free for anyone to try and do. So yeah, if you're into tinkering with Polaroid cameras or you have a broken SX70, you maybe want to check it out. Also, we have an update from Instant Film from the Magny 35. They've received a later version of their prototype. There's pictures and such. So if you don't remember, this is a little thing that would go onto the back of film cameras, non-destructive. You would just take off the hinge, off from its hinge, the back. You would put this adapter and it would shoot through your camera, through your lens into instant film. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, there's updates. Things are working out that way, which is good. Also last week, remember I talked about the Kienzle loop substituting or coming into the market when Peak stopped producing their high-class loop. Well, Catlabs did let me know that Peak has not stopped all production of their loops, or grain focusers, if you want to call it that, sorry. They've stopped working on their top model, but the lower grade models, there was 2 before it, are still in production. Catlabs is going to receive or has in stock, I think, 10 or more. So if you want to get one of those grain focusers and you don't want to get the Kienzle, you can order them from Catlabs, which is good to know. Also, for the people that asked about the Kienzle, it's not on their website, even though I did link the website, because it's a new product. Kienzle is kind of a small company, old kind of guy, so probably maybe we'll never make it to the website, but the product is there. Another thing about instant photography, someone grabbed a Mamiya RB67 and 3D printed a back for instant film and uses it with Maminstax Mini, if I'm not wrong. This post is on 35mmc. If you want to check it out, it's pretty cool. It does look very, do it yourself, but it's pretty cool. The guy made a back to shoot instant film on Mamiya RB67. Then we have news about the Ektachrome. The Ektachrome has been going through all over the world. Kodak probably shipped all over the world to the stores. Probably not as much as the stores ordered because I think everyone was into the Ektachrome. So I've been reading on my Instagram and stories and such that people that ordered 1,000 rolls are getting 300 rolls, and stores that ordered, I don't know, 1,000 or more maybe got less. So there's some stores have been limiting the quantity people could buy at once. So there was lines in the stores. But the FPP project or the film photography project updated us through their email or newsletter that they've sold out so much that there's going to be a little bit of, no supply for a month or month and a bit. So if you're one of those that wants to get some Ektachrome, if your local store has it, get it, because you might have to wait till the end of December, if I'm not wrong. Don't take my word on exact dates. Maybe Kodak is shipping in different areas at different times, which could be. But yeah, if you want Ektachrome, it's selling fast. Then we have Reflux, who posted a picture of the latest prototype of their SLR camera on Instagram, which is looking pretty good. I had an interview with Reflux during Photokina. That will be up hopefully later this week, maybe mid next week. I don't know, depending on the line of videos that I have to edit. But yeah, very cool to see the project. Interesting guy, Lawrence, very nice. And we got to see the primed lenses they're working on. Even a friend of mine got to test them out. They were Sony E-mount. I wasn't shooting any pictures at the fair, but yeah, pretty cool. And last, it's gonna be kind of a giveaway. I had a bit of a problem, not a problem, but I supported Photo Classic magazine at their Kickstarter, but I also wrote an article for them that's in the magazine as the news, and another article that never made it to the first number because I was a mess and it took forever. So it's gonna go in the next number. And they gave me, I met Marwan and Karis at photokina. They gave me a magazine there, and I thought, okay, that's my magazine. I'll use it for, you know, my own pleasure, whatever. And I showed it here. We're doing a giveaway, so you want to leave a comment on that video below. You can win one. It's going to be till the end of this month, so you have another week or so. But I got in my mail, which is here, another Photo Classic. I guess they sent me the Kickstarter one. So as I have no need to have two of these magazines, I'm not even going to touch it much. It's brand new in the box, new old stock. So as I have no need for two magazines, and the one we're giving away is going to be shipped directly from Photo Classic International, this one I'm going to give away to my Patreons. I've always wanted to do more for them. So this one's going to go on Patreon probably by the end of the month too. I'll ship it anywhere in the world. This is my own copy from the Kickstarter. I'm keeping the one they gave me, I guess, as a contributor. But yeah, I just want to say that. Also on Patreon, I made a post, I think last week, where I'm going to start doing once a month a video that is, the idea will be coming from my Patreons. It has to be film specific, has to be, you know, has to do with the channel theme. But yeah, people will be able to say, hey, Nico, I want you to try a Hasselblad or a Mamiya RB, or make a video comparing a Hasselblad and a Bronica, or anything like that. Or I want to see something in the darkroom. Whatever you guys think you want to see, people on Patreon, you can leave me a comment, and that once a month, I'll make a video for the Patreons that they suggested. It'll be later out on the normal YouTube, but just so you know, that I thought would be a cool little idea to give to the people supporting me there on Patreon. Well, that is all for the news this week. If you have any information, remember you can send an email to the email below. Thanks for camerastore with a K.com for sponsoring the news. See you next week.